Hello, this is Bria the Creative, and I'm coming back to you with another video. I just started thinking about certain things, and I was like, how to become unbothered, you know? For one, I know that a lot of people used to say that that I'm just nonchalant, I don't care, or they would say certain things like that to me, but it was because I knew who I was from a very early age. I knew exactly who I was and I knew where I was going and I knew what I wanted to do from a very early age. And so nobody could say anything to me. Their opinions and all of that just didn't even matter to me. I was who I was. I am who I am. And there's nothing that's going to change that. Not them, not anyone, only me. Only I can change myself. And that's more like a growth mindset. With that being said, I wrote something down because sometimes I write to really it's more therapeutic for me, and also it gives you just like an insight into me, and maybe you can relate. So, one moment. How to remain unbothered. Simply do not give a okay. I remember being a child and blurting out the first thing that came to mind. It was the most honest and brutal part of my existence. I liked it. It was as if a weight was lifted off of my tiny little shoulders. As you grow older, you learn things like what is appropriate and what is not appropriate to say. Always monitoring your speech to not offend or negatively affect anyone. As an honest young girl, this made me very introverted. Every little gesture, facial expressions, change in tone, I monitored just to try to fit in and be likable. I realized later that this made people feel uneasy because I wasn't being authentically myself. Others can sense it, you know. I had done all that work to be perfect, and it was for nothing. I still was alone. I spent most of my life this way, always caring how others perceived me. It's being It's like being trapped and suppressing the real you. This also stems from fear of rejection, the feeling that you are not enough. Well, something shifted, and I thought about who is it that I want to be and who am I becoming? So, in reading that, it's more like me asking myself, what kind of person or what kind of woman do you want to be? I've always wanted to be a strong woman, strong mind, strong body, strong soul, strong spirit, everything. And in that, you have to have an inner peace within yourself. There could be a storm brewing. There could be anything going on as far as with when I mean a storm brewing. That's for some of you guys who go to church and things like that. You know what that means when old people say it's a it's a storm brewing or getting through the storm. Um, and saying that, getting through the storm is pretty much centering yourself, having that inner peace, getting through what is difficult. And sometimes people get caught up in what others think about them or what other people are saying about them. Just petty things that in all reality, like in all actuality, it just doesn't even matter. None of that matters. What people's opinions of you and all of that just doesn't matter. And you have to understand that you have to know first to become unbothered. You have to know thyself. And to thyself, be true always. And that's something that I feel like I know myself. and I know what it is that I will put up with, what I don't put up with, what I like, what I don't like. And it's kind of an introspective saying, just to understand who you are. I feel like you need to understand yourself so that nobody can say anything to you. So anything, any words or any negativity that people bring towards you, you could just let it go. It's off your shoulders. Like, okay, you maybe you're having a bad day, so many things. But the one thing is that stop caring about what people think about you, honey. It cripples you just to think about constantly, oh, what, like how people perceive you. That's just a lot. So free your mind, stop caring, and the first thing to do is to know yourself. So get in tune with yourself, honey, and the rest will sure to come. The second thing is to love yourself. That's something that's hard to do. Trust me, I know. But love yourself. Love yourself enough to know that, who you are is a good person. You're a beautiful person. You are a spirited person. You are a creative person. Always give yourself great affirmations and always know that you are loved. And if anybody's going to love you, it's going to be you. You're going to love yourself. And before anybody else can love you, you're going to have to love you all up and down, all around, everywhere. Okay. Love. Love. All right. The third thing to becoming unbothered is accepting what you cannot change and changing what you cannot accept. T? Or is it T? And that's also introspective. So you can't change what other people think about you. You cannot change how you are perceived. You cannot change any of that. So, thank you so much. This has been Bria the Creative coming at you with another video. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me in this channel. This is a little serious kind of topic, but not so much because I am unbothered all the time. And if you haven't been unbothered all the time, people really don't like it. They be like, what is wrong with this girl? I can't get her go. She just can't. I mean, they want a reaction out of you and they can't get a reaction. And it's secretly, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. All right. Thank you again. This has been Bria the Creative. I am signing off. Bye bye.